Hey, is anybody here? Is this thing going? Are we live or what? Hi, everybody. Sorry for the delay today. It's been a chain reaction here. The Uncle Bruce's MacBook Pro. You got a guy here, by the way, it's June the 9th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Uncle Bruce. You got a guy here who has been a YouTuber since 2017 and started with traveling with Bruce and then created this channel in June or May of 2020. Anyway, this guy started this whole channel on a PC, and he ran that PC until it began to melt, and then he replaced the PC with a MacBook Pro in probably 2019 or 20. I can't even remember. And this machine is great. This computer has been beautiful, but this guy knows nothing about how to maintain his computer, run his computer, keep it working, and he is useless when you try to help him because he just doesn't. I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it, and I don't want to get it. I know I should get. I just don't care, and so once in a while I get into trouble with this computer slowing down, and I tend to it and try to tend to, but I know I'm not doing it right. And so once in a while I have a delay going on the air because this morning I couldn't get a command. Each command that I gave my computer took a minute to get done. It was ridiculous. Anyway, so there we are. Here we are. We're here. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm following the market. Lots going on, but there's baggage here with this guy and his computer and the ability to run it properly. I'm just saying. But I thank you all for joining me today and popping in here and saying hi to us and being part of the channel today. It's great to have you here. Way to go, by the way. Congratulations are in order, I think, to many, many, many of you viewers. Thanks again, by the way, for thumbs ups. Thanks again for being members here for so long. Thank you for upgrading your membership to gold level. All this, it's just, I want to say it, and I'm going to say it. Thank you so much. But congratulations to quite a number of you who are active here and not so active here. Those of you who used to be active and are now just watching me casually, or you watch and listen to me, but you're making your coffee over there and you're getting ready for work over there and you get the kids going over here. Some of you have, quite a number of you, have made a few dollars in the last couple of months, quite a few dollars from this options market. And you've kind of bought into the program around here. Whether you're just a pure covered call option writer, which is the number one way to go, especially in retirement accounts, and or if you're a poor man covered call writer and you're leveraging up your numbers and building cash flow, and or cash secured put writers, well done. Some of you are probably grinning from ear to ear this morning at your Rocket Lab at $30.46, up another $1.54 on top of the $2.47 it gained on Friday. We know that Rocket Lab goes up and down, but it's an opportunity to make money. GameStop up 39 to $29.97. Earnings tomorrow on GameStop, I guess after the bell. So you're making money there. And then, of course, those of you who are the long-term loyal followers of SoFi from the lows of the $4 level, the $5 level 2 years ago to what, $6 last year. I guess in the last 12 months, the official low was 601 at one time, sometime last year, up to 1842. Here we are at 1443, up 19 cents in the pre-market. And we are now 21 days, 3 weeks away from today. 3 weeks from today is the end of the month, the end of the second quarter. And then about 3-4 weeks after that, SoFi will release their results of the second quarter. And we're all, I don't know about we all, but I am absolutely expecting SoFi to beat the street, beat the target, exceed expectation, all that usual stuff. I have heard that it was mentioned last week by one of these analysts that upgraded the stock that they have passed 11 million members now. They've now passed 11. They passed 10 million members in December of last year, November, December, and we now know they're past 11 million. I wouldn't be surprised if they're zooming in on 12 by now, because I think they're growing exponentially quicker, because every member that becomes a member of SoFi and uses the app tells their friends. They say, oh yeah, I got this SoFi app. This is really great. Let me show you. And I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do... Members get other members to become members. I think SoFi will hit 50 million within about 2 to 3 years from now. They will begin to reach Costco membership numbers. Costco members of 50, 60 million. SoFi will do the same thing. It doesn't cost $120, $130 a year to be a member of SoFi like it does Costco at the executive level, or $60 at the regular level. SoFi, it's virtually nothing. So yeah, well done. Okay, so there's that. For those of you who in the last 3 to 6 months, and I've heard about it, believe me, I know, you've gotten into credit spread trading on 0 day to expiry contracts in particular, but also a number of you have gotten into credit spread trading on a weekly basis. You take a look at NVIDIA, you look at Apple, Amazon, Facebook, you look at whatever your favorite stocks are, whether it's AI or GameStop or whatever. You're writing credit spreads, calls or puts, depending on the situation, and you're winning. Many of you are winning. There's the odd viewer who'll send me an email going, I got caught on this one. What do you think I should do? We'll go over a few rollover scenarios. Great. We move on. Sometimes you have to eat a loss. Sometimes if you write the wrong credit spread, either the wrong time or at the wrong value, or you don't do a rollover when you're supposed to have done a rollover, you get caught with a little bit of a loss. Sometimes it's your entire stake. Sometimes it's half. Sometimes a third. Hey, welcome to the market. You got to be on top of this. But I want to congratulate many of you who have just consistently been writing credit spreads going, Uncle Bruce, this is too easy. I'm telling you, Uncle Bruce, I thought doing credit spreads would be very, very, very difficult. And it's not that hard. It's actually at all. The trick of it is to stay far enough from the campfire, stay far enough away from that campfire, not to get a spark to catch you. This Saturday, I will be going over with class number 19, all about credit spreads on 0 day to expiry contracts, how to write calls, how to write puts. But I'm going to tell you this. If you believe, if you think you somehow got it into your head that I'm going to talk to you about how to get rich quick, how to go from a $1,000 account to a $1 million account in 30 days, you got the wrong message from somewhere about what this class is about. The class coming up on Saturday morning, with Auntie Jen being the moderator, noon Eastern, if you want to register, will really zero in to make sure you're going to be around as an option writer 5, 10, and 15 years from now, depending on how old you are. Okay, if you're 85 and watching me, I don't know if I can get you to 100 years of age. But I'll just say it this way. If you're 85 or 75 or 80, I'm hoping that the knowledge you gained from me, including Saturday coming up, I will have you be an option writer for the rest of your life, however long that is, okay? But if you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s, my hope here is that with the lessons I've already put out there, 18 of them, plus now number 19 coming up, that you will get the basics into your hands that you can now take from here to keep you in this option writing business for as long as you want to be. And it will generate revenue, whether it's in a 401k, an IRA account, or RRSP in Canada, TFSAs, or cash or margin accounts, wherever you are around the world. And if that ends up being the case, that in 10 years from now, I've long stopped doing this, and I'm getting emails from people going, if there are emails in 10 years, I don't know, going, I remember you back in 2024, 25, I started writing options. I am still, because of you, writing options. And so are my brothers or my cousins or my children or my co-workers. After 4 years, friends of mine started to ask me about really writing options. They really took me seriously now, because they tried everything. They tried every quick get rich quick scheme out there. They subscribed to workshop seminars and all this, and nothing worked until I sat down with them. They finally sat down with me and said, okay, show me something. And then I started these classes that Uncle Bruce has on this website. I don't know if this will still be alive in 10 years or not. I have no idea. I don't know what the future holds. I didn't know that 7-8 years ago I'd be a YouTuber, let alone do this. So it's been quite the ride. Welcome to the roller coaster of life. Nice to have you here. I got the coffee going here. This Queen Mary II mug I have here. It's a Queen. Oh, I bought this on the Queen Mary II. It's Cunard. This thing is great. I have several like this in my kitchen that don't have Cunard on it, and they're fantastic. Coffee stays hot forever. Cola stays cold forever. It's very good. Anyway, love them. Anyway, thank you all for joining in. So if you're coming in Saturday, those of you who have already registered, by the way, thank you. Over the weekend, a number of you sent a payment in and sent me a follow-up email, which I requested, to tell me, okay, this is my email address I want you to send the link to when you go live this Saturday. We got you. Jen has not yet told me to stop accepting registrations. So registration's still open, but the diehards are all here. The regulars are all here. And I've had emails from others who've said to me, yeah, I'm in. I'll send you your payment. I'm coming in. So there's going to be a good crowd here on Saturday, a very good crowd. Quite a number of you who have kindly sent me a little message along with your donation have said to me, I cannot believe how much I've learned in just weeks following you. I have some newbies who are here Saturday as well. I get reminded all the time from regulars who say to me, in the last year and a half, what I'm doing now with my account versus what I used to do before I knew this channel existed can't be compared. It's just been unbelievable. The money coming in is just steady. I win almost every single time I do something here. I win almost every time. And the only time I don't win is because I'm doing a rollover and then I win. So I win anyway. Being a casino is a good thing, is what people say to me. I love being the casino. And that's what we're going to be doing on Saturday at noon Eastern. This Saturday, we're going to be holding a class for all the casinos from $5,000 in size to $5 million in size. We've got casinos all over town here. Looking forward to spending some time with you this Saturday to go over how to make you richer. And credit spread trading, call and put credit spreads on 0 day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day expiry. We got a lot of things to go over. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to working with you on all of this. Thank you for joining us. We're higher this morning, but let's not get crazy. We're up 40 on the Dow, 1/10 of a point. We're up 9 points on S&P. We're up 19 on NASDAQ. So we're not going anywhere here in a hurry. Gold is down $4 an ounce. Crude oil up 44 cents. I think the outside world is doing this right now. They're folding their arms and looking at the United States, wondering what the hell is going on over there. Just what's going on with you Americans? What the hell are you doing? Now, for many of you on this channel, nothing is going on. Nothing. You're not on the streets. You're not rioting. You're not in the National Guard. You're not a cop. You're not a politician. You're just going about your life, about your day, trying to do what you do best. Take care of yourselves, your family, whatever. And I know that. But the rest of the world is looking in at America, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And America is sort of at war right now. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's not getting better, unfortunately. I guess the reality is that the 4 years prior to the administration you have now was very quiet. Wasn't what we would call in-your-face kind of administration. What the administration you have now is very much in your face. No question about it. This administration is really clamoring for headlines in any way, shape, or form. And I think on Friday night or Saturday, we heard the word that the wrongfully deported gentleman that was sent to El Salvador and put into a max security prison that wasn't supposed to be sent out by court order, and then was told, the courts told the administration, get him back here, including the Supreme Court, get him back here. And the administration fought it, finally caved, and Friday night, after everybody went home for the weekend, he returned. And of course, Saturday and Sunday, the first chance that Trump had, that Taco Boy had, to send in the federal troops into Los Angeles, he went ahead and did so. The governor of California didn't call for the National Guard, didn't need the National Guard. The governor of California, with the mayor of Los Angeles and all the communities around Los Angeles and the mayors, they could have easily had 100,000 police force people out in the streets. They didn't need 100,000 for the riots. There weren't those kinds of riots. But now we have 2,000 federal troops in Los Angeles, not needed by Los Angeles, but now in Los Angeles. And of course, Taco Boy wants to call the shots as to how to deal with the insurrectionists that are protesting the ICE raids. Now I'm waiting for, frankly, just as an observer from the outside, I'm thinking the logical next step is, because you've done this, you've taken this Garcia guy that was getting, that was brought back, he's now off the front page. That's the perfect way to get rid of him. And just bury his story somewhere else and have pictures on the front page of every paper, riots in Los Angeles. Now what we need, if you're the administration, is you need to be able to have an excuse to send in troops to San Francisco, to Chicago, to New York, I mean, the bastion of democracy, or the Democratic Party, New York City, then Philadelphia and Washington, any city that's leaning Democratic, any hint of any, friction between ICE agents and the public, bring in the federal troops and go with the overkill scenario. The problem is, unfortunately, I think this is going to blow up badly for our friends in the Republican Party, because unfortunately, everything has a way of getting a bit overblown, I suppose, and you kind of get this overkill kind of thing, and it's going to be a long, hot, probably ugly summer. This is my hunch on this. In any event, we'll find out. I'm just a guy in front of a computer, and from an economic point of view, which is really where I want to stay, I don't want to get into the politics of this. I want to stay in the economic point of view. This can be very not good for the economy. I guess I'm going to say it that way. Yeah, the economy is it's delicate now, but if you're going to have a riot-filled summer in poor neighborhoods across the United States, which does remind me of the 60s and other decades. And it gets really ugly really fast. If the escalation of this story, if this story escalates badly from very violent confrontations, and it goes countrywide, the U.S. economy will go straight into a full-blown recession, into a depression. It will be really ugly. And I think I know for a fact that no one is talking about this on Wall Street. I mean, no one is talking about this on Wall Street. No one is even considering it. They're not even seriously thinking that this is an issue. Yeah, we're going to see how this plays out. Most of you were too young or weren't even born the last time that America really blew up. There was the Rodney King riots in LA in 92. That can't hold a candle to what happened in 68. In the 60s, the late 60s. America burned in the late 60s, and it was scary as hell. And it was very unfortunate. That was the protest about the Vietnam War and racial divides and everything else. This one here, I think that Trump is picking a fight on purpose to, ramp it up, because he wants to show that he's the strong man and he's the boss, the king of the country, and it won't work. The problem for the National Guard, in reality, is just there aren't enough of them. If it blows up in major cities over the next month, if this actually happens, there won't be enough of them. Sorry. And there will be many blocks of cities in certain areas of cities ransacked and burned and destroyed. I've seen this before. I was around when I was a teenager and in my 20s, saw it back then, and seen little blow-ups here and there, but the Goon Squad game plan just won't work. The Goon Squad tactics won't work. There aren't enough of them. And sending in the Marines, not a good idea. Really not a good idea, because now you've lost a whole bunch of the country. I mean, again, it's a strategic political game where there are people in Washington figuring, well, if we show the strong hand, then we're showing America that we are serious about what's going on here. The problem is if you overshow and you overplay it, you piss off everybody. And now you've got a real problem. And of course, November next year is midterms. Gridlock right after that. Just thinking. Okay. That's a good question, Lisa. FIFA, the soccer, the World Cup soccer is supposed to happen in Canada and America coming up. And the Olympics in the LA are supposed to happen in 3 years. I don't know if they're going to even take place. It could be that bad. I just saying. Yeah, Lisa, that's a good comment. Okay. In any event, I'm just a guy in front of the computer going, okay, economically, I know this. California is a driving engine of wealth for America. New York State, New York City, driving engine of growth for America. Money from around the world comes into those two jurisdictions. Business from around the world is done in both of those locations. New York State, California. Both states are Democratic. Both states are anti-red. Both states could be attacked by Washington. And I'm asking, is this how you start a civil war? Us against them. Red against blue. I don't know. And when I say civil war, I don't mean Gettysburg and Appomattox and guys with bayonets on their rifles and the funny little caps. I don't mean that. I mean a dysfunctional economic engine that will now be in place. Complete dysfunction. You've got tariffs screwing it up. You have countries not knowing what to negotiate with whom and how. You've got states fighting the federal government, states against states. I don't know how you get business done. And so it mucks it up. And if you have a 5% interruption in the business of America, you have a recession already, because it's a razor thin difference between a growing economy and a contracting economy. From a contracting economy to a full-blown depression economy is only the next step backwards. And I worry about complete dysfunction when it comes to imports and supply chains, domestic supply chain. If a delivery driver, a final delivery driver of a FedEx truck, a UPS truck, an Amazon truck, just these guys, feel unsafe going into certain areas of certain cities to deliver packages, there won't be any packages delivered or picked up in those entire regions. That is a disruption. And in that region will be innocent victims who just happen to live in that neighborhood or in that area, who cannot get into the commerce of America. They may feel unsafe driving in and out of their neighborhoods for whatever reason. Who knows, around the corner is a blockade of a whole bunch of police officers who are going to do a shakedown of every car in and out of a certain area of a city because they're worried about weapons moving back and forth and what have you. I mean, we're talking anarchy, and we're talking complete panic, over panic. America is armed to the teeth. There's no question about that. Americans are well armed, and too many have too many of these weapons. And so this isn't like the 60s at all. This is much worse. In any event, I don't know how ugly I know how ugly it can get. I just don't know if it'll get there. And what's surprising is how fast we went from 0 to 60 in LA in 48 hours. Just in 48 hours, because you have a White House that is itching for a fight, absolutely ready to go, can't wait to put the troops into a blue state and kick ass. And so we'll see how well this goes. I think badly, but we'll see what's going on. Welcome everybody to the show. Sorry to be a downer, but I'm observing it from here, back in Canada, thankfully. It is what it is. Amy, good morning. Richard, Hector, Mark, Legacy, good morning to all of you. Sharon, Robert, how you doing there, pal? Welcome. Rocketeer is here. The man, welcome. Who else is here? Gustav, the big E, Charlie. Good day, good day, good day, good day. Charlie, Juan, did you let those IBM call spreads die worthless on Friday? Got close there for a few minutes, but I folded arms and mine died. Computer Whiz, I've been a member of this man's channel for 50 months. Thank you so much, my friend. Hector going, neat, neat, neat. Yes, I did, Charlie. They died, baby. Good job, good job. 10 contracts, they died. I took all the money. Thank you, everybody. Juan wants to know, does anyone use the SoFi investing platform? AJ is here. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Lisa, again. I use the SoFi app. It has no options functionality, only useful to buy, hold, collect dividends, etc. so far. And I'm a bit clueless. Rocketeer says, why doesn't SoFi offer options trading? I'm sure it's coming, but I don't know why it isn't. And I don't know what the timing is. I have no idea. So until, I have no idea what to say. Anyway, James, good morning to you. Hector, Uncle Bruce, how much in Canadian funds for the class? Send me a private email and I'll reply to you with a private email I'll figure out the amount using an exchange rate. Okay. James, SoFi says more options levels are coming in the future. I bank with them. It'd be nice to trade though. All right. What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm going to move past political comments if I can, any way can. I'll try to, but as I said, folks, we're watching it from the outside. Hey, Cutting Edge says, good morning, all. Hit the like button for the old man. I'm excited about my Rocket Lab puts. I sold over the past couple of weeks. Friday, I was up over 30% on all my Rocket Lab puts on the Friday close, and you're higher again, of course, looking good this morning. Now again, it's up 6% pre-market. Rocket Lab stock, exactly, looking just fantastic. And where are we here? We're going to go over here, and I'm going to pop that up right now. We've got this here. Seeing that the Dow's up 35, S&P up 7, NASDAQ up 13 points. And we've got the watch list here. Let's take a look at Rocket Lab, up 143 to 30.35. So those cash secured puts are falling off. Certainly the 22s, 24s, 25s, 6, 7, 8, 9, all out of the money. You got to love it. SoFi's up 19, GameStop up 37 cents. Earnings tomorrow on GameStop. We're going to be busy. Let's see, what else is going on? Savage of Wall Street, Taco Boy is insane. The syphilis has destroyed his brain. Gavin Newsom is going to become president, and it's going to be beautiful to see him in presidential powers. Well, we'll see. I don't know about that. I have no idea. What else? Lisa, I hope FIFA and IOC are watching the events in LA. They better have a backup plan to host these events because it's looking bad over there. Brian, good morning. Bagel Familia, there you go. Juan, thank you. Juan says, Lisa, thank you for answering the SoFi question for me. Lisa, many would-be protesters can't even reach the site because of awful public transport. Corinne is here. Larry Titus is here. Trip Hazard, should we be above or below the Qs today? I'm thinking zero-day call credit spreads, 537, 539. Well, right now the Qs are at 530.42. And I wouldn't be doing anything for the first hour. I would like to know if we open on an uptick, can the Qs get to 532.33? If they get to there, you might be able to write intraday, 0 days or tomorrow's, in the 540 neighborhood, push it all the way out to there and higher. That would be great. But we'll see. We're up 55 cents so far this morning. Margin called. Hey, good morning, everybody. Bobby is here. Good morning, everybody. Charlie says that in Canada, Questrade announced over the weekend that traders can now buy and sell stock at 4 a.m. pre-market starting today. ALA is in the house, number 87. Thumbs up. Thank you. What's going on? Savage just says, so basically Uncle Bruce is saying that I should write cover calls and have some juicy premiums. I got it. All right, there you go. Dude is here. Oh, yeah. Welcome all to the show this morning. Thank you for joining me here. One and all. Okay, that is the story there. What else have we got? I've got a poll question going for you today. It's about GameStop. So far, 168 of you have taken a shot at this question. GameStop will release their latest financial numbers tomorrow. Will the shares go up or down? And the choices are shares will drop under 30 or the shares will rise above $30 a share. So far, 58% of you have answered that the shares will rise above $30 a share. Only 42% are thinking it'll drop after the earnings number. So we'll find out Wednesday morning, I guess. Tuesday night, Wednesday pre-market, and then Wednesday itself. We'll know for sure how GameStop is going to react. I'm curious, of course, to see just how much money they're making because I expect them to have a profit in the quarter. I'm curious to know just how much revenue they hauled in from interest income and whether or not they're going to declare or disclose anything about Bitcoin. I kind of suspect they might not talk about Bitcoin in this announcement because the quarter in question that we're going to hear about was the end of January. No, not January. No, not in January. February, March, end of April. And I kind of get the impression that these guys bought Bitcoin in May. And that's the current quarter we're in now. And I don't believe they're going to say anything to us, but we're going to have to wait and see about that. Okay. We will be told probably, I believe they did close that $1.5 billion financing that they did in April, I think it was. And so that'll be disclosed. And I guess they'll tell the world in their filing that they've got over $6 billion in cash at that moment in time. But since that moment in time, they've spent some 500 million or whatever, 300 million into Bitcoin. I don't know. We'll find out. So, or we may or may not find out about this. So that's what I've got. Anyway, GameStop will follow that all week. 176 votes now are in. 59% of you think that the shares will rise above $30 a share after the earnings come out. So that would be a good week if they got the 35 to 40 range by the end of the week this week. That would be kind of nice. That would put it at $140 to $160 a share pre-split from years ago, just to kind of remind us what that means. Anyway, 177 voters, thank you for doing that. The thumbs uppers, 89 and counting on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, everybody, for hitting that as well. 93 now on the thumbs up meter. Thank you all for coming through, okay? Giddy up, Savage of Wall Street. I'm going to love living in Spain, Portugal, or Japan. As long as I have internet access, I can trade. I got my contingency plans. Brian, the Savage of Wall Street. Yes, I hear this ringing in my ears. Sell covered calls. Andrea Bongiorno, number 92. Thank you, Andrea, so much for the thumbs ups. Welcome to the program. Great to have you here. Love it. Thank you, guys, all for joining in. I worry about, LA's got tons of problems. They had the fires early this year. Billions of losses, billions of dollars of losses, destroyed neighborhoods, some very well-to-do. I mean, just a mess. Environmentally, what a mess. Economically, what a mess. Now you've got the tariff thing. That's devastating the port of Los Angeles, the port of Long Beach, San Diego's port, San Francisco's port, Portland, Oregon, Seattle. All those Democratic stronghold states and areas badly wiped out with job losses, instantaneous. I mean, the truckers that move these containers from ships to warehouses or from warehouses to ships, these guys are out of work. They're like laid off now. There's no 6-week waiting period, or you're out of a job, and so that's not good. Then from there, the supply chain is breaking apart and busting up, and so this is not a good thing. It's going to be an ugly summer and fall, I think. I don't think a trade deal with any one country will solve any of it, even China. I don't believe it. I just don't think so. The Chinese have very little reason to want to make a deal with Trump the way Trump wants it done. They have no incentive to help this guy. None. They'll deal with the rest of the world. That's it. They're selling their electric cars in Africa. They're selling their electric cars in Mexico, in South America. They're selling their electric cars across Asia. The American market is going to be 5% of their market. It's a nothing burger market. The Americans have shut their border down to Chinese cars, and that started with Biden. He put 100% tariff on those cars. So they're effectively banned from coming into the U.S. in any way, shape, or form. So you're stuck with Teslas and whatever Tesla wants to sell them for, generally speaking, although there are Kias and there are some other brands available in the electric area, but America is not the world leader when it comes to electric cars for usage. It's European countries and other countries are the world leaders in that area. America is a distant player in this game. So why would anyone build a factory in the United States for electric cars if the American public is being told by the administration that we don't support electric cars? I mean, yeah, what are you going to do? They've shut down the entire program of building charger stations coast to coast. They've shut that down. So why would you build a factory to build these things in the United States? You might as well build a factory in Mexico for the Mexican market and the Latin American market and South American market, and let those governments encourage electric car usage. There you go. There's a business there. Maybe 10 years from now, maybe America will turn again. Maybe not. I don't know. Doug, some of my SoFi cash secured puts are up 60 and 70%. The 12s and 13s are worthless. Yes, sir. Rice checks. Good morning. I'm number 75. Good morning, all. Yes, these the SoFi now pushing the 14 something level and beyond. is looking pretty darn good. Gotta love that. Kind of like to see SoFi now reach this 15 level in the near future. Perhaps push the shares into the 1525, 1575 area as we zero in on the end of the quarter and we come into earnings report. We can get the shares into that 1550 neighborhood. Of course, that puts the 15s out of the money, and the 17s are worth 150. The 20s will be worth 4.5 book value, and that's all. So yeah, set up a foundation that builds there, and then numbers come out, and we bust out of the 18 to 20 level, and every cash secured put ever written on SoFi from 20 and lower, they're all out of the money. Nice little situation. I like it. Savage RXRX is up almost 40% in the last week. My $3, $4, and $5 cash secured puts are now all worthless, and I will get to keep all that premium. I am not even going to touch my $6 ones. I want the shares. I like the stock. There you go. Giddy up, man. Giddy up. Cheers to all of you. We're up 23 cents on the Qs. There isn't anything going on yet. We open in 14 minutes. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being members of this channel. All member commentary is open here. Only comment from members is allowed at this point. Thank you, members, for following this YouTuber and keeping him on the air. 234 of you are here today. We're going to find out what happens. What's going on? What should you be doing is a question that people ask from time to time. Should I be writing certain kinds of contracts, and how should I do it? On the Rocket Lab, I am happy to report that I fear the shares will go higher. I fear that for SoFi, and I fear it for GameStop. Those three stocks, I worry that all three of them, depending on the news coming out, will shoot the stocks higher. So I maintain the way to play these stocks is if you own them, you write covered calls out of the money, if that's what you want to do. If you own them, but you want to enjoy a higher upside, and I think the way to really go with it is you theoretically you can sell them and write cash secured puts on these stocks. And for Rocket Lab at 30.20, if you sold the shares there and wrote $28 cash secured puts or 27.50s or 25s or 30s, you'll bring in a nice wad of money on top of the money you got from selling the shares. You'll haul in daily interest and enjoy the upside. The other way to play Rocket Lab and GameStop, though, is instead of writing cash secured puts or along with writing cash secured puts, you could also then look to create put credit spreads nicely behind the stocks. I would be at least $5 a share behind Rocket Lab, GameStop, maybe even $6, $7 behind the shares on 2 week to 2 month credit spreads, something like that. I'd look into those. Again, some of you are going to be itching for day trading activity, weekly trading. Some of you might pull off weekly spreads on some of these stocks. Knock yourself out however you want to do it. SoFi, I'd be a cash secured put writer, and I just take the money off the top and just let it ride. Right now, I'd be looking at writing 17s, 15s, and adding cash to my account. Looking to, in the near term, I hope, a month or so from now, buying them back for way less than you sold them for, and then getting ready to write 20s, and away we go. What else is going on here? Let's take a peek here. Here we are. Okay, we're on to the Magnificent Seven now. We're 11 minutes away from opening. We're up 77 on Apple. I would look at Iron Condors on Apple. I know today is their show. They're doing that show this afternoon. So maybe tomorrow I would be looking at doing either put or call credit spreads on Apple. Nicely out of the money. I would be maybe writing for this Friday expiry or next Friday expiry, call and put credit spreads on Apple. And I'd be out as far as I could. If I could do a trade, let's say you can do a $2 spread, a 3, a 4, or a 5. If you could do something like that, where your take is in excess of 8% for a week and over 12% for 2 weeks, I'd look at those trades. Maybe you'll only do one side. Maybe only the call side will pay it. The put side might not pay it. I don't know. But you're going to have to allow the market to digest this. Don't mind me. You have to let the market digest the show that's happening today. And I guess the presentation they're doing. They're going to get a lot of press here. And some analysts might jump on this as an opportunity to upgrade or downgrade or just comment on the stock price and all that. So, you're looking for boredom. Remember, as a credit spread writer, you're actually looking for boredom. Shrinkage, natural time shrinkage is all you need to make money as a credit spread writer. But obviously, if if Apple shares tomorrow and on Wednesday start to slump, you'll be writing calls. If they start a serious rally, you might write puts. But I don't know about how strong a rally can be with tariffs hanging over the head of Apple. Tesla, $287.91, down $7 this morning. We were up $10 on Friday, but we were down 40-something dollars on Thursday. I'd be doing probably call credit spreads on this thing, but I would be way out of the money on this stock. Microsoft down 127, was up 270 on Friday. We're 469 right at the moment. I would be in the $500 area, 490 area on call credit spreads. Google 175.50, up 79 cents, up $5 Friday. I would definitely be for this Friday's expiry 185 neighborhood. Whether you're writing 85s and buying 87s or writing 85s and buying 90s, I'd be nicely out of the way if that's possible. 1 or 2 weeks out, or higher if you can go beyond 190, of course. Amazon 214.67, up 110. I would certainly be for this Friday at least 225 and higher. For next Friday, 230.35 and higher if possible. Check your option chains after the first half hour of the market today. Nvidia 143.30, up $1.58, was up 170 on Friday. Definitely would be 150 and higher on credit spreads, on calls. Definitely higher. I would be saying to this market, you want to take me out, you're going to have to hit new highs. That's the minimum. Meta Platforms up 13 on Friday, up 7 cents this morning, 6.97. This one is one of those $25 might not be enough to be away on this stock on it. You might need to be $50 out. Got to be careful with this one. Super Micro was up 78 cents on Friday to close at 41.55. It's now 42.13, up 58 more this morning. This one is one of those 10 percenters. This stock could go up 420 or down 420 at any time. So you look at 46 to 50 for the call side, and you look at 35 to 38 on the downside. I'd be careful there. ASTS. AST Space Mobile Incorporated, up 34 cents Friday, up 95 cents this morning, 32.15. Had a good week last week, and I would give this a 10% berth or swath of room as well. So 35 and up on the call side for one week, 37 maybe on 2 weeks, and 28 on the downside for put credit spreads, maybe 26 for 2 weeks out. The C3.ai Inc. AI symbol up 61 Friday, up 33 cents this morning. This also $3 each side of this market. I'd be careful. So 29 something and up on the calls, 23 and lower on the puts. Palantir 127 right now, 127.40 up, down 32 cents. It was up 7.81 Friday, a nice recovery Friday. It was over 130 last week at one point. So this stock is a $10 mover either direction at any time. So you've got to be 135, 140 or higher on a call, and you got to be 115 on the put. You got to be very careful and wary of Palantir. Unity Software, symbol U, up 34 cents Friday, up 22 cents this morning, up 25.35, 250 either direction on this one for call or put credit spreads for Friday. Goldman Sachs up 8 on Friday, up $1 now this morning, $615. I would be at least $30 either side of this market for this Friday alone. if not more. If you're going out 2 Fridays, you want to be $40 each side. If you're going a month out, 50 each direction, you got to be careful. Cisco Systems, 6606 on Friday, up 144. It's down 2 cents at the moment. This one is a sort of a 5 to 10% rule, 3 to 5, $3 to $6 up or down from this one if you're doing any spreads on that. The spiders are $599.99 this morning. That's the S&P 500 trying to break 6,000 again, or hold 6,000. All of that. Again, this is day trading. You certainly want to be more than a percent out of this range. You got to be like $7 away here, 607s to 610s for today, or 592s. You got to be careful here. As I said, this market can move 1%, 1.5%. A 1.5% move is $9. This is where you got to be careful. You really have to ask yourself, geez, if I write call credit spreads on Spider at 605, what happens if this thing goes to 610? I'm wiped out. You can't even write 607 610s or 608 612s. You got to be 610 615s. You might be 611s. I don't know if there's a trade for you here. I don't know for 0 day to expiry if there is one. Might be 1 day or 2 day to expiry with enough premium to get to 615.20 on the call side. Just saying. Okay. Netflix, 12.41 on Friday, 12.41 right now, down 51 cents. This one, I don't know any of my viewers that does anything on Netflix. I really don't know. What a high-low number this has had. It's scary as hell. I'm thinking at least $100 any direction on this thing. I don't know if there's anything available on the option chain for credit spread trading. You can do a $1,000 credit spread trade on Netflix. If you got $5,000, you can do $10 spreads. Yes, you can. But where do you pull the pin? Do you go to like 1,350 to 1,360? 1340, 1350 for this Friday or next Friday? I don't know if there's any money in it for you. Don't know if it pays you compared to what you can get elsewhere. Pfizer, 23.35 on Friday, 23.45 this morning. Put credit spreads around $18 to $20, but I don't know if there's any premium in it. Call credit, covered call rights, 25s. For a month or two, maybe. It's $1.50 away. If you can get 26s written, might be the place. We'll see. ARC Innovations, that's Kathy Woods' fund there. 61.13 on Friday, 62.20 this morning. Call credit spreads. I'd be looking at 70s for this Friday or next Friday. Somewhere up there. IBM, what a run this has been on. Up $2 Friday, down 27 cents right now. 268.60. What a run IBM has had. You definitely want to be ahead of this stock nicely. As some of you around here well know, you are well aware that sometimes $4 is not enough. This might be a 275er for a week or two, 275, 280 range, 277, 83 range. I don't know. Something like that. Uber Technologies, 85.60 up 93 on Friday. It's up 53 now, 86.13. Uber on the upside for calls, I would be over 90 for sure, 92 to 96 or higher. And on the downside, I'd be 78 and lower on Uber, giving it 1% comfortably, or let's put this, 10% comfortably, $8 each way, very comfortable. HBQ 25.18 on Friday, now 25.38 this morning, up 19 more cents. Covered call writing at 27.28. Cash secured put writing 20 to 22 is where I'd be comfortable there. Put credit spreads 2022s. Yep. Call credit spreads 28.30. Home Depot 367.33 on Friday, 367.01 now, down 32 cents. So I would be at least $20 out of the money for this Friday, either side of this market, put or call credit spreads. Vanik Semiconductors up 230 on Friday, not almost 1%. We're up another 1% now, up 271 again, 255.44. This is something to watch for. I would definitely go 5% out of here. So I would be at least $10 above or below this market for put or call credit spread. Adobe 416 on Friday, 417.22 right now, up 30 cents. This one is $20 either side of the market at a minimum for this Friday. Enphase 41.75 on Friday, 41.71 right now. I don't fear the downside very much anymore. We're near the lows. So cash secured puts at 39, 38, 37, 36. Call option rights, maybe 44, 45. Credit spreads, plus or minus $3, $4 would be my hunch. That's a rough thing here as we are now open for the day. Okay, everybody? Hopefully that helped some of you. We're up and running. We're up 240 on Rocket Lab, up 4 cents on SoFi, up 13 on GameStop. Welcome to the party, pals. Great to have you with us. And welcome to the show today from wherever you are, joining us from around the world. So appreciate you all. We're down 10 on the Dow Jones right now, 19 maybe. We're up a point on S&P. We're up 28 on NASDAQ. Oil up 9 cents. Gold down 11.80 an ounce. How's it going? Welcome, everybody. Nice to see you here. Let's see. What do we got going here? Commentary. Here we go. Rice checks. Good morning. I'm number 75. Well done. Splair says that Uncle Bruce, Warner Brothers wants to split into 2 different publicly traded companies. How can this affect the calls? Yeah, depending on the splits, I don't know. This is going to take months to figure out. It's not going to happen overnight. So I don't know, my friend. And good morning to everyone from Splair. Free range number 103. Good morning, bagel billionaires. Doug, thank God I'm in Canada. I'm Canadian. Thank you, God. Charlie, best country in the world, Doug. Canada, 51st state. No, thank you, DJT. Get lost. Let's see, Andrea. Last week I wrote call credit spread 212.50 to 215 on Apple. They're expiring this Friday. Apple shares are 204, and so she's sitting at 212 to 215 with the event happening today, and they die this Friday. I like this trade, Andrea. I like this trade a lot. I'm on to 107 thumbs up. Good morning, everybody. Juan Vasquez, VJ, JV. Look, Charlie, anything you're thinking about for today's trades? Guys are wondering, asking. DH, neat. JV, I have NVIDIA 165.70 CCs for June 27th on NVIDIA. NVIDIA's 144, and he's 165, 170. Those, I'm assuming those are call credit spreads. Right on. Charlie, waiting to see what we're going to do here, where we're going, says Charlie. Good move there, JV. Bruce, I have 535, 540 Qs expiring today. Qs expiring today. We're at 529.98 on the Qs, up 2 cents. Our guy is 35.40, so he's 5 away at the moment. That die today. Right on. I'm hoping it works out beautifully for you. I love it. ALA, neat. We're here. We're up. We're running. I'm assuming that did our man hit the bells? I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know if I see the bells here from our friend Mr. Titus. We'll just see what's going on. Brian, ASTS 33. Damn, it's moving. JV just closed the Qs and I got paid, baby. I just closed them and got paid nicely. Well done, sir. Well done indeed. Welcome to the morning show. 247 of you are here this morning. I hope you got something out of those guesses. Lair, thanks, buddy. A little late, but we're there. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. The bells have been rung. Good morning, all. We're down 94 on the Dow all of a sudden. Just we're down. We were up all morning, 10, 20 points. Now we're down. We're down 3.5 on S&P. NASDAQ down is up 25. The VIX, it's plus 71. And oil up 11 cents right here. He says, we're late on the bells. We had an outage at work. I know the feeling. I had an outage here. It was my own computer acting up on me. So I was late getting going today. I was here, but my computer was not letting me do what I wanted to do. Interesting market. We're up 2 pennies on the Qs. We're down 41 on the spiders. We're down 106 on the Dow, quarter of a point. We'll see what gives here. Some analysts I heard this morning were talking about second quarter financial results. Like, no big deal. They were thinking, oh no, we're expecting solid single-digit growths on profits. I don't know about that. Now they admit it's not on everything, but generally speaking, they're feeling pretty good about it, and they're also feeling good about the unemployment rate. And I don't. I think we're in trouble on the unemployment rate, and I think we're in big trouble on inflation. Really big trouble on inflation. I think we're going to hear some horror stories on cost of living increase pricing. It's going to be bad. Anyway, the market waits for Larry, by the way, says D.A. Druda. So we're open now. Okay, it's all good. Okay, we're down 60, 70 points on the Dow, 5 on S&P. We're only up 2 on NASDAQ now. The Qs have gone red. They're down 77 now. They're showing a red print at the moment. Brian, GameStop, 400,000 volume. Ouch, that is low. Jared, good morning from cloudy Cincinnati. I got 15 of these 6/14/15 spider call credit spreads. They expire on the 18th of June. That's in 9 days. And 14/15 spiders are 5.98. So excellent spread. Nice distance away from that campfire. Nice going, Jared. You know, and I know, and now I'll tell everyone else, you're not waiting until the 18th to close this trade. You're probably not going to have to wait until the 18th to close this trade for some nice money. So well done. Now, if there's a dip today on the markets of significance, 200-300 Dow points, 5 S&P drops 10, 15, 20 points, and NASDAQ drops, then the Qs and the spiders will give up ground, and Jarrett's spiders at 6.14 and 6.15, his will be out of the money, maybe another $4 or $5 just today. That will crap his contracts nicely. He'll decide. Well done, buddy. Kudos from me for sure. Giddy up, everybody. I hope you're all in a position to make some nice money here. That's what I want to see. It's what we're looking for. Thank you again for all of you who have come in today. Thank you for these responses for the question of the day. 222 now have come in. 222 responders. 59% of you are saying, with GameStop's numbers coming out tomorrow, you think the shares will rise above $30 this week once the numbers come out. That's a pretty strong showing. Only 41% think it'll go down under 30. The rest of you think it'll be over $30. Now, I would love to see SoFi in that 35, 40 range. That's a conservative move. I'd be happy with that. Well, we'll follow that closely. Thank you all. Is that doable? If we get to $40 a share on GameStop, that's like trading at $160 a few years ago, if you recall. 4 for 1. Yeah, funny. Good times, Jarrett. Yeah, Team Casino, buddy. There we are. Brian, Uncle Bruce, I am concerned for a market drop. My account is close to all-time highs. Do you think we should be closing out everything and writing cash ticket puts on the drops? Well, there's the question. Wow, Rocket Lab sure turned a corner. Well, it's now 28.58. Gone red. We opened at 30.22, 7.1 million volume. We'll see how this plays. You're going to see, wild speculative moves here on stocks. The volatility is up there. There'll be rumors about, you name it, the Musk thing, the SpaceX thing, the Rocket Lab thing. I mean, whatever. Market drop. I've been calling for the market to back off. I mean, the market is near its all-time highs in some ways, not across the board super close, but we have got the Qs trading at 529.26 and the 52-week high 540. So we're only 11 away from the highs set last December, January. This is all within the last 12 months. The spiders, we're at 598.83 right now. The highs were 613, so we're about $15 away, 15 points away. 2.5%. It's close, but not like razor thin close. And I just don't see a reasoning for the markets to hit new all-time highs. I don't know where this is coming from. We certainly aren't going to see many stocks justify their current prices. I don't think so. I think we have stocks overpriced again, like we did in December and January, from a PE multiple, price earnings multiple. They're trading too high. With inflation building right now, supply chains in disarray, the trade talks are a joke. We got the National Guard being called out in LA, and I'm sure in a moment, in any hint of an excuse, the National Guard will be out in New York and Chicago, Philly, and Washington, and Frisco at a moment's notice. This will sink markets by 5 or 10%. Count on it. Not Americans dumping, foreigners dumping, getting out. They're already panicking as it is. Foreigners have dumped more American equities in the last month than in decades. This will continue. And it's not good. The Americans can't pick up all the stock coming up for sale if this is going to happen. But again, I'm just a guy in front of a computer in another country looking in. I'm just, what can I say? I'm not that far away, but, Lorraine, thank you for 118 thumbs ups. I appreciate it. You kids can make money in this market no matter what it does. That's the good news. This market wants to take a dump, you'll make money. Wants to go higher, you'll make money. Wants to stay flat, you're going to make money. Welcome to the option writing fraternity. Those of you who learned how to write options, join me this Saturday, noon Eastern, how to write call and put credit spreads on 0 day to expiry contracts. I was taking a look Saturday and Sunday. How many other videos can you find on YouTube from people out there, just YouTubers, that talk about 0 day to expiry contracts? You just enter that term in a search term on your YouTube thing, zero DTE, whatever that is, or type it out. You will get hundreds and hundreds of videos on strategies to get rich. And there are some out there who say, I took $10,000 and turned it into $1 million in 3 months, trading 0 day to expiry contract. There are all these, incredible claims of greatness that are out there, and you can too. Sure. I can tell you something from the bottom of my heart. If I were an option writer or an option buyer or an option gambler, and I took 10 grand and turned it into $1 million in a month or two, I can tell you the one thing I would not be doing. I would not be creating a YouTube channel and telling you how I did it. Why would I tell you how I made $1 million from $10,000 in a month? Why wouldn't I take $1 million and turn it into $10 million the next month, compounding my returns? Why would I take the time to talk to you about how you too could be like me? I don't see the upside here, because I can't see the creator of a YouTube channel making $1 million in a couple of months from advertising views. They're just not there. I can see the person going from 1 million to 3 million or 5 million or 10 million in the next few months. That's way more lucrative than being a YouTuber. I don't see the connection. But boy, there are videos titled out there of that kind of crazy insanity that you can make money. As I've said a million times before, this is not the channel for that. We're here to consistently build wealth in your accounts, retirement accounts for covered call writing, your cash and margin accounts for everything else. Giddy up. Welcome to the party. Anyway, there you go. Thank you. ASTS is up 10%, says Brian. Holy cow. Of course, I sold my catch good puts last week. Sorry, bottom back. There you go. It is what it is, my friend. We're at 530.05 on Q's, up 16. The Dow's down 71. We're up 33 on NASDAQ. You now can see why I tell you don't do anything in the first hour. I don't know what's going to happen in the first hour. All the craziness has to work itself out. We'll see what gives. SoFi up 9, GameStop up 18, Rocket Lab now back up 146. Trying to predict Rocket Lab, good luck with that. We got down to 28.35. We're now 30.29. I don't know what's going on. NVIDIA's up 155, ASTS up 330 to 34.49. HIMS down 55 cents, MSTR up 570, AI up 66, SMCI Supermicro up 86. Tesla's up down 467, Palantir down 135, Google up 170, Apple up 97, Microsoft down $1, Facebook up 550. That's Meta Platforms. Broadcom down 280, Amazon up $1, Intel up 45 cents, Netflix down 11.94, SmartRent up 3 cents, 94 cents, almost 95. Coinbase up 330, Costco down about $11, EI Lilly at up 760, Uber up 150, Cisco down a dime, Adobe up 158, AMD up 337 to 119.56, Unity up 8, Enphase up 78, Spire up 1, and Moderna up $1. I noticed that over the weekend, on Friday night, we heard the word from people following the markets about the S&P inclusion and let's see if I can get this going here. There we go. AppLovin. We're talking about AppLovin last week, that it could be a possible stock included in the S&P 500 along with Robinhood and others. No one was added in the S&P 500. Now, that's the bad news. AppLovin shares are down $19 here to $398. But here's the good news. AppLovin got upgraded today by Morgan Stanley. They're calling it, instead of a 420 target, they gave it a 460 target. And because AppLovin didn't get in this time, or Robinhood, that means you have 3 more fresh months of speculation that they'll get in next time. So this isn't going to stop. It's just like what happened with Tesla. At least, 7, 8, 9 years ago, I remember Tesla was trying to get into the S&P, or was it even that long ago? I don't even remember. Where Tesla was hoping to get in. Everybody was hoping it would get into the S&P 500. And they delayed it. Finally, they admitted it in. And the shares had been going up anyway. And then they just went higher after they did get included. So for AppLovin, for our friend JV, just sit tight, my friend. You got those $400 cash secured puts. Do nothing. Don't even twitch. 460 target price for Morgan Stanley. Yeah, that looks good. Giddy up. Brian, Rocket Lab back up 4%. Unbelievable. Bobby Atkinson, I hear you about ads to grow money. Affiliated marketing video anyway always interested me, but making 10,000 selling a coloring book seems too good to be true. Andrea, 52-week high, 3/6/17/63. 3/17/63. So, what stock is she talking about? I have no idea. I'm looking at all my quotes and going, do I have a stock at $317? What stock is here that's $317? I have no idea. Would you care to let us in on this one, Andrea? I would love to get the word on that. Anyway, welcome everyone to the program. Nice to have you here. Okay. Okay. We have now 241 voters for the question of the day, and that matches our viewers. 241 viewers right now. 58% are telling me in this poll question that after GameStop releases their financials tomorrow night, that by Wednesday when we start trading, we're going to be over $30 a share. 58% say we're going to be over $30 a share. Only 42% think it'll be lower than that, lower than 30. So bullish tendency there on GameStop. We've got 129 thumbs ups, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate you, and welcome all to the program. Okay. Thank you for joining me today, and welcome to the party, pals. See what happens here. Andrea is teasing me. She's telling me to look up and do everything else. Andrea, I'm juggling 20 balls at the same time. I have no idea what's going on. I never have any idea what's going on. Help me out. Credit spread on Apple expiring this Friday. Are you telling me that was the all-time high of Apple? I don't know. Am I sending me on the wild goose chase? I don't know what I'm doing. Apple 204.99. No, the 52-week high is 260 on Apple. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm just a guy in front of a computer trying to help you make money out there, kids. We're down 83 on the Dow. We're up $2 points on the S&P. We're up 42 on NASDAQ. We're going nowhere right now, really nowhere at this point. VIX is up 78 cents. It's still at 17.55, kind of low, which is good. And oil is down 15 cents a barrel at the moment. What else is happening here? Charlie, Qs look flat so far. I'm having a hard time picking a strike. Well, just wait. You can wait another hour. You can wait until 3 hours to go. Some of you actually write way too soon on your Qs. You write way too soon. You don't let the market give you like a flat plateau from which to pick from. The thing you need to understand is with 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours left in the day, will the VIX plummet, surge, which tips you off that, the market direction is shifting this way for the last 3 hours of the day? Has the Dow made some kind of a unique move in the last hour? Has the S&P moved in the last hour one direction or another? That sometimes is your hint right there of what's going to happen with your Qs. No need to take a position and get hurt by it. There's always a good excuse to take more time to write a credit spread on Qs and know you're right. Take a smaller credit, but know you are correct rather than guess. I mean, that's not going to work. Andrea, stink bid on gold, Spider Gold for 318, 320 covered calls. Right on, Andrea. Well done. I can't, for some reason, my computer's frozen. I can't make a move here on your comment. I can't show it up. There it is. It's finally showing up. JV, I got 10 $32 Rocket Lab contracts that expired Jan 26, and they paid me $11.24. They're now worth $8.20 today. I'm thinking of selling 5 at least and take some chips to the table. You asked me this question the other day too. You were thinking about this before, and I think I held you back. And now we're at 31.22 on Rocket Lab, up 2.30. So your contracts are worth 78 cents book value. They're trading at 8.20. That's ridiculous. I'd be writing these. I wouldn't be selling these off or buying them back. I wouldn't be buying them back. If I had a viewer asking me, hey, what kind of cash secured put should I write on Rocket Lab? 32s would be a damn good idea for that kind of money. I wouldn't be buying them back. No way. Hector, Uncle Bruce, if GameStop reports without Bitcoin income included, then it's a $30 stock. Bitcoin income is a future benefit, but a known benefit. Well, I can tell you right now, there's no way the financials coming up tomorrow will include any Bitcoin trading at all, because this time period that they're talking about was the end of April, from Feb 1 till April 1. That's the quarter for those guys. Everyone else's quarter ended March 31st. Theirs ended April 30. They didn't make a move into Bitcoin until May. So there can't be any numbers in the first quarter of the year. The only numbers in the first quarter, I think, will reflect the fact that they raised $1.5 billion in April. I think they did that in April. So they got their 1.5 billion to sit on 6.2. They earned a ton of interest, obviously, in the quarter. They offloaded stores in Europe and Canada. That happened, I think. So they should be reflecting, maybe one-time write-offs on shutting down, selling off stores, letting go people, but then they'll come up with notes about these were one-off expenses that, we've written them off now. Going forward, they won't be on the books anymore. I think the stock can go over 30 because of that. But I don't know. Ed, would short-term credit spreads on Rocket Lab or ASTS be an idea if they run up a bit more before Rugman speaks? I'd be put credit spreads. That's what I'd be looking at. JV, okay, sir, I will write 5 instead. I've got a guy here, desperate to do something. I got to be writing something, Bruce. I can't sit here. I can't take it. Eric, speculation. Anyway, Rocket Lab, 31.66 up 275 at the moment. GameStop down 3 cents. SoFi up 4. Qs are up 36. The Dow down 79. NVIDIA up 210. ASTS at 35.06 up 387. ASTS is having a wonderful time of it. This is the last month of ASTS. Look at that chart. Right there. That's a pretty good little run. 3 months, these are the highest levels in 3 months for ASTS. And 6 months, the highest levels in 6 months for ASTS. We've broken out of resistance now. For the year, probably the highest level of the year. 39.08 was the high of the year. We're getting close to 39.08. $4 more, and I guess we break the high of the year. So way to go, ASTS. 7.5 million volume. Up $4 right now. They announced 3 days ago a $500 million equity offering. Well done. More cash. Let's go. 5 company chief sales good experience. And how are they going to do it? I have no idea how they're going to do it. The article talks about them raising the money, but doesn't say how they're going to raise 500 million. There must be details somewhere else on this. $32 Rocket Lab, Jan 26 pays $9.15. Can't go wrong with that, I guess. No, you can't. I don't think so. What a great deal. I mean, you're offering to buy the stock for $22.85. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good trade. I do like that trade. Yeah, I do like that trade on Rocket Lab. Okay. SoFi up 9, GameStop up 6, Rocket Lab up 336 to 32.28. Giddy up. Well done indeed. Let's go out of here, over to here, to here. I'm going to Rocket Lab's quote page, and excuse me one moment as I yawn. Oh gosh, here we go. Here it goes. Nope. I can't find the announcement on Rocket Lab. Why can't I find it? No idea. I can't find this announcement on Rocket Lab. Has anyone else seen this announcement on Rocket Lab? I don't see an announcement since June the 3rd on Rocket Lab regarding raising money or anything, even off of anything like this. I don't know what's going on here. I'm looking now to June 5th. Can't find anything. Nothing. June 4th, nothing. June 3rd now. No. I see price targets being raised at KeyBank and Deutsche Bank, but this is from June 3rd. This is a week ago. So I don't know what the deal is on 500 million additional capital. I don't see anything specific. 31.89 is where the stock is right now. The high of the day already 32.38. So it's holding right up there near its high of the day. Very nicely done. The Dow down 102, S&P up not even a point now, 0.8 of a point, and then NASDAQ is only ahead 40 at the moment. That's what I've got here, everybody. Giddy up. Okay. Thank you all for joining in this morning. Nice to have you here. Here we go. Thank you there. I'm double checking over there. There we go. And now the poll question of the day has had 254 responders. Very good. 59% of you think that GameStop will be over 30 by about Wednesday, Thursday, because the announcement of the numbers comes out tomorrow after the bell. We'll find out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. How do the shares react to the numbers? 59% of you say this SoFi, this GameStop is over $30. It's over $30 by after this announcement. And thank you again for those of you who have been hitting the thumbs up button for us, getting us a little closer to the big 200 number. 140 thumbs ups now. Fabulous. Thanks, everybody. Do appreciate that. There's another one, 141. Yeah, baby. We'll take that and say thank you. May we have another. All right. All of you. Down 101 on the Dow, 111 maybe. And we're up a point on S&P. We're up 40 on NASDAQ. The VIX 56 higher. Gold down $6 an ounce. Oil up down 11 cents a barrel at 64.48. That is the dealio there. Cheers, everyone. Welcome. Okay. Lots of emails coming in today. Apparently there's a meeting in London today between U.S. and Chinese negotiators for this trade thing. I don't know if they're going to get anywhere on it. There's talk. It'll be great. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see all about that. Not much in the headlines that have changed in the last hour or two. It's kind of quiet in the in some of these headline areas here. Nothing really moving markets a lot. We're down 130 on the Dow. Little sell wave coming in. The California governor confirms he is suing the Trump administration for deploying the National Guard. Yeah. Not much else over here. Yep. I'm looking at the LA Times right now. The headlines from the LA Times. LA protests bring scattered violence, arrests, steel resolve from federal authorities. The city of Glendale in California, that's an LA suburb, ends ICE contract, will no longer hold detainees. Apparently a bunch of Waymo vehicles, these are self-driving taxis, were set alight in LA. Lots of speculation on how the riots started in the first place and who did what and how it went down and blah, 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 blah. The usual, unfortunately, it is what it is. California State does not want the National Guard in LA, but the feds have put them in there. Okay, that's LA. There you go. Just trying to figure out where we're at here. It's U.S. news so far. Here and there, a few other stories coming up, but not much. Let's see. Jeff is saying, I had $28 Rocket Lab covered calls that expired June 20, that were going to expire June 20. And I rolled them to 30s for September, and they're getting destroyed. There you go. Well, your stock is going up. And so you're making money on the one side, and you're moving your hedging forward on the other, and you'll just continue to roll if necessary. Charlie, Jay Powell speaking today. Is that happening? We'll find out. We're down 128 on the Dow. We're almost unchanged on S&P. NASDAQ holding a 46-point gain at the moment. Okay. Apparently there was an analyst that downgraded Tesla stock today. The shares of Tesla are now off 540 on the session at 289.74. That's what we got there. Whoo-wee. 324 gain on Rocket Lab, 32.15. That is doing well. The all-time high, 33.34, or at least 52-week high, 33.54 on Rocket Lab. So $1.20, $1.14 away, $1.24 away from the high right now. SoFi 14.27, GameStop 29.20 up 12 at the moment. Auntie Jen has arrived, everyone. Say hi to Auntie Jen. Give her your greetings.
The bagel has arrived.
Yay! The jelly, the grape jelly bagel is here. Oh my gosh.
The jelly in your belly.
Oh, yes, indeed. Do you guys ever watch those videos where these people go into the chiropractor's office and they're hunched over and they got twisted backs and they're just in misery? And he shows a video of them walking sort of back and forth in his office, and they're just, they're in real pain. They've maybe got a cane or a walker. Then he has them lie down on his chiropractic table, the adjustable for the legs and the back. And then, he does some pulling and adjusting. But then what he does is he takes a towel and wraps it around their chin as they're lying flat on their back. And he's got their legs up. He's got the table lifted, so the legs are high up, parallel to their bodies now. And then he puts these poles.
Not parallel, perpendicular.
Perpendicular?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So he has these two snap-in padded posts that he puts into the table that kind of make sure your hip bones stay beneath these poles. So when he pulls on your neck, with this towel, your hips aren't going anywhere. They're staying down there. So he's going to stretch you from here with your spinal cord down to the bottom of your tailbone. And he'll go, turn your belly into jelly. And then he pulls them up, pulls them this way. And each of them goes, oh, with a big let out of pain. But then they all go, oh, wow. And he said, did you feel that go down? And they said, all the way down to my tailbone, or all the way down to that tailbone, the vertebrae just snapped out, stretched me out. So then he'll do the hand on the knee to make sure that the reflexes work on the legs. and then he takes those poles out, and then he starts doing the the neck twisting and the cracking and then the shoulder popping, and then shows them walking, saying, "Okay, can you walk up and down the room now? Do you need a cane? Do you need a walker?" And there was one beautiful video. It was a 65-year-old guy. He was a veteran, and he was in rough shape. He was in pain. His son wanted to give him his cane. He said, "Hey, Dad, you want the cane?" And he swatted it away. He said, "Get that away from me." And he walked down the room and walked back. He said, "When's the last time you could walk like that?" 15 years ago. You feel pain? Nope. Can you sit down in the chair? Sat down in the chair. Could you tie your shoes if you had to tie your shoes? He just bends over and says, "I can touch my feet." Welcome back. It's a miracle.
I just wonder what they're like once the adrenaline rush and the endorphins have left from having been snapped.
And I have heard that they'll say, "You're going to be back for 2 more treatments."
Yeah.
Like, I'll have you back next week. We'll work on you again, and then 1 more time, and then we'll go from there. So at least it's treatment and it's improvement.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they talk about when they get their necks, adjusted, the blood flow, their heads feel lighter. They can, they do the before and after. Like, turn to your right, turn to your left. Okay, they do the snapping. Turn to your right, turn to your left. Oh my God, I can see back there. Like, they can't believe it. It's wonderful to see this. You hope the best for everybody, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Auntie Jen,
I go to my physiotherapist and she touches me and makes me whole.
Makes me all better. There you go.
Puts that hip right back where it was supposed to be.
I will see my masseuse.
Don't have to do that anymore.
I will see my masseuse tomorrow, as I do every Tuesday afternoon when we're back here, and he beats the crap out of me. And it's all good.
You love it.
I love it. Loosening me
You don't
up.
want a little rub.
Oh, yes.
You want that deep tissue make me grunt.
That's right. Jay Gill, good morning, Auntie
Morning,
Jen. JB, good morning, Auntie Jen. That bagel looks so good.
Oh, good morning, JB.
Walter Young, good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, Walter.
There are a few folks here saying hi and hello. How are you? We got the toasted sesame seed bagel here with the grape jelly on there. Crispy, crunchy.
Not as toasted as it was down south, but it's still crispy.
It's very good. Well, the bagel is a drier bagel.
Yes.
It's not as
a drier bagel and a drier altitude.
Yeah, we're at 3,800 feet. The bagels are smaller, not as fluffy. They toast up much crispier. The sesame seeds definitely get roasted. Very nice.
Very nice.
No complaints.
What's the market doing?
Mixed. We're down 110 on the Dow, up 5 now on S&P, and up 80 on NASDAQ.
Okay.
So we've definitely moved further down on the Dow and now moving up on the NASDAQ. So we got a tug of war going on here. Yeah.
Just waiting to see what happens in LA. I'm just curious to see what would happen if the same protests happened in Florida. Would he be so quick to throw down the National Guard? Because he does not like the governor of California.
Yeah, he's picking fights.
Yeah.
With Democratic governors, Democratic mayors, Democratic cities. So he's itching.
Florida.
He wants to hit the guard in New York. He wants to unleash the guard in Chicago. He wants to unleash.
Sending him without an invitation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He wants to unleash in Washington, D.C. and in Philly. He's dying to do it. Give me an excuse, is what he's saying.
And then anything they do, he'll just pardon them. Those 18 years and 20 years and 22 years that the courts gave you? No.
Yeah.
You go home now.
It's a civil war.
Yeah, it is.
It is an unofficial civil war. No guns yet. Plastic bullets, rubber bullets, tear gas. But this could escalate so quickly and so easily. We'll see.
Do you know it's a high of 42 degrees in Palm Desert today?
Oh my.
I know. It's a high here. I think we're going to get to maybe 28. So tell me what that is. It's just really, really pleasant.
High today for Calgary, 79 Fahrenheit.
There you go. Everybody's hitting the river.
Palm Desert, 108.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'll take the
109
thank you.
on Sunday and 111 next Monday. 111. These are summer weather forecasts for Palm Desert, California.
Yeah, we'll get a little higher. We'll be pushing 90 for the Stampede because it's
Yeah.
always brutally hot.
Yeah, we push 80s and 90s around here for about 2 weeks.
You go down
And
walking
we
on
lose
that cement. Oh, it's so hot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
You see
that time of year.
people out there wearing flip-flops, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Your flip-flops are gonna get a little sticky on the bottom from the heat. You're gonna start sticking, and then you're gonna trip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Put
Every
on your
year.
cowboy boots, people.
Every year. Like clockwork.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go scare the magpies and the pigeons.
Give them what for.
Yeah,
Show them who's boss around
that's
here.
right. Don't even think of putting a nest
Get off of our
on
balcony,
that.
God damn it. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on these markets. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Don't people have a great Monday?
That's right. Dude says still a good bagel. Oh, yes, it
Oh,
is.
yeah,
A
still a good
mighty fine bagel. Mighty fine. Tasty as all get up. We do love it. Let's hope we get you, Richard. Jen is gearing up for her role as the administrator, admin for the moderating of the
That's
class.
right, Saturday.
Saturday.
I'm like, what am I doing?
Gonna keep those kids in line.
What?
Stop dipping that girl's hair in the inkwell. Cut that out.
Get my ruler.
No food in the class. I'm just gonna get the ruler out. Here we go. Watch out, everybody. Welcome all to the program. Welcome to class 19 on Saturday morning. So good. Yep. We're down 130 on the down. We're up 134 on the Qs. And this is why I ask you wait for the first hour or longer. Let the market make a move. Then look at those triple Qs and maybe you're going to write 537s, 536, 538s, whatever you can get as far out as you can get with expiries today. Let's see how this wants to play itself out. Rocket Lab at 3186 up 294. Having a very good day today. My goodness. Good morning, everybody. Nice to have you here with us. Not much really happening. Notice how quiet it is today. It's really kind of quiet. But quiet can be very profitable for option writers. Very much so. Rocket Lab moving up again, up 305. 3197 on Rocket Lab. $25.8 million volume. Very good. $32 on Rocket Lab. 32. GameStop up 13 to 29.71. It's primed to go through 30. Primed. SoFi 14.31. Priming it to go through 14.50 to 15. It's ready to go. Will it go? That is the question. My goodness. Welcome all to the show. Thank you for being part of the program today. Hope you're getting richer today. Definitely. All right. I'm going to shut this thing down for me. I'm going to leave it to you. You guys do what you have to do. Keep an eye on the market. Get richer today, please. AJ, I was thinking of enrolling in this latest class, courtesy of the gamblers. I can just send $200 for any class on PayPal, and it still counts as class 19, right? Yep. because I can't find a link for class 19. Right. So down below in the description, it tells you how to send $200 to me, 200 US. Send that and then an email to my email address. Also, that's down below. And that way I know the email address you want me to use to send you the live link on Saturday. After the show is over on Saturday, the raw video, that whole thing goes to Emily. She will edit it down to a lesson number 19 that will go on the website next week, the week after. So, and you, all of you who have taken class number 19 live, will get the edited version as well. So now you can see the final version of the class, the one that you were in, and watch the final version anytime you want. So yes, it's a 2-for-1. You join me live. You can ask questions live. Jen will handle the comments, and she will interrupt me for questions on the spot. And you'll then get the edited version later. So any of you want to join us this Saturday at noon Eastern, 12 o'clock Eastern time, this Saturday, the 14th of June. It's about 2, maybe 3 hours. We'll probably be hanging around about 3 hours. It usually takes that long. But there's a lot of kibitzing going on, and just it's a very casual atmosphere. And then I'll conduct the class with the board here. I'll get all that stuff off of there and do my thing. And we'll go from there. Okay, we'll try to teach you how to get richer. Thank you, Charlie. Thanks. Have a great day, everybody. All of you out there, the best to all of you. Thank you again for your support of this channel. Have a great rest of your day. Get richer. And don't forget the knee emojis for the Knights of Knee. Don't forget that. Bagel Babe, Uncle Bruce, I plan to snack on bagels during the class, 10 a.m. where I am. So it's breakfast time. Sharon, if I sell covered calls and they go ex-dividend, do I pay the dividend? No. We love you, Bruce. Larry, neat. Juan, neat. ALA, neat. There they go. They're coming out with the knee emojis. The channel explodes with knee emojis. Neat. There you go. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. If you're watching the rerun, help us out with thumbs ups. They've been coming in. We're at 153 now. Thank you, everybody. Corinne has hit the knee emojis. 271 votes are in on the question of the day. Larry Titus, neat. JV, neat. Here they go. Here they come across the board like crazy. Beach Boy, who will come, who's not really here, but he's here. He's not really here. Neat. Thank you, kids. Enjoy and have a wonderful, profitable day this week. Let's get you richer this year, this week, and this month, and put you into much higher tax brackets, okay? Such problems. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later on. All the best to you. Bye.